There we go. Tied at 10, not anymore. This time, Ratified is down. Here in double OT. We'll go at it again inside. Tampa Bay Gators are going to crash hole 19.
Time is happening. In the title since 2000.
Well, folks, another game day has arrived here in the Car Demolition League. Our February 24th game day about to be underway here in just a moment. And a few great matchups that are going to be happening today. Starting things off, the New Jersey Bandits and the Nevada Thunder. New Jersey 0-1, but they got the #1 overall draft pick from this past year's draft right on their team. And the rookie looking to have a bigger impact here on this February 24th game day. Bandits on the road against the Nevada Thunder, so New Jersey-Nevada matchup should be an entertaining one. League mascot here, Miku, our lovely cat here, and or the Hellcat or the Wildcat, I guess, I don't know, whatever name might want to be given to her. But nonetheless, the New Jersey Bandits on the road against the Nevada Thunder. They'll lead us off. Nevada with a 1-0 record, looking to start off 2-0. Tampa Bay taking on San Antonio. Of course, San Antonio, an overtime loss on that opening game day at the hands of the Dallas Lone Stars. Tampa Bay Gators got themselves a pretty big win, starting 1-0, going for the 2-0 mark today. And then a pair of 1-0 teams coming into the main event today, defending world champs, or should I say defending back-to-back world champs, the Los Angeles Blades, home against the New York Empire. Both teams looking for that 2-0 mark, and both will have that chance to hit that mark here today. So quite a few great games, some development league action. This week of games, this late February week of games, and last week of the development league season. It's going to be the only 2 times in the season where they're going to be playing 3 games a week. Normally, development league only twice a week, and like I said, not putting too much attention on there. Just like last week's, most formally, you're going to see me dressed all season, more than likely. Anyway, so, but that being said, Alaska taking a 15-20 overtime loss at the hands of the Montreal Saints. Rochester serving donuts for dinner, gets the 15-0 win over Anaheim. Oakland surprising Syracuse, getting a 15-10 win over them. Vancouver, a big 15-10 win over Orlando. The Toronto Canadiens with a 15-0 win, serving donuts over the Utah Lakers. We had a tie, Calgary and Richmond, 15-15, the final of that one. Baltimore beating Edmonton 15-10. Winnipeg getting the win over Memphis 15-10. Kansas City taking down the Cincinnati Tigers 15-5. And 15-10, Alex Johnson beats out Brandon in the Development League at the very least. Oklahoma City getting the win over Mexico City, 15-10 final score there. So, being said, that was all the games. Little Rock had the bye, and during last game day, Orlando had a bye, in case anyone was wondering whatnot. But on to the pro action, and like I said, New Jersey Bandits and Nevada Thunder about to hit the field, so let's get right down to it.
This is game time, and it's game time that the madness fly. Show the strength that just can't be defined.
And here we are, Toy Car Demo fans. Our February 24th game day about to begin, and the action starting things off is a little cross-conference matchup, as they all are in the pros for this February 24th game day, but cross-conference matchup between the New Jersey Bandits and the Nevada Thunder. Of course, with the Nevada Thunder, we look to see the appearance of the 2015 Rookie of the Year, Hornet. And of course, for New Jersey, we look to see that #1 overall pick of the draft, Power Pistons. The Nevada Thunder coming to this game here today with a record of 1-0 after their 15-10 win over Seattle. And the New Jersey Bandits just come up short against Buffalo in the season opener. 15-10 on the road there. They are on the road again and looking for better results this time. That being said, let's get a look at the lineups. Here we go. Pink Lamborghini leads the way for Nevada, or for New Jersey. For Nevada, it's going to be Yellow Spider. Here we go. Game on. Bandits and Thunder. And good survival over there by Pink Lamborghini, not being able to get taken down. And somehow find a way. He's getting a little tossy, but he's able to stand himself back up. Gives New Jersey a 5-0 lead. Yellow Spider goes down. And that brings out White Indy now. Interference called right there. Shoving White Indy back in the Hornet. That's a little message sender. They go at it again. Definitely Lamborghini, the heavier of these two cars, but White Indy hangs on and ties the game up at 5. That brings out Kid Custom for the Bandits. And Kid Custom has a flip. 10-5, New Jersey in the lead. So now the 2015 Rookie of the Year Hornet out there. Ready to go head-to-head with Kid Custom, and Kid Custom taken down right there. Now under the grip had a little bit of effect on him. A little bit of a lump on that visitor's side. But nonetheless, one that's not total impeding. Power Pistons now out there for the Bandits. The score tied at 10. So the Rookie of the Year from last year taking on the #1 overall draft pick from this year. Here we go. Both cars still up. So go at it again. Trying to kind of avoid that bump between these two. And this time interference right there, but both cars are still up anyway. Reverting back to their own side. It's game tied at 10. Here to open up this February 24th game day. Good move by Hornet. He stays up. Another good one. Both cars staying alive and in it. And this time, Hornet going through the air, but lands on all fours. So, it's just switching sides here. These two continue to go at it, and a timeout can be called by the Nevada Thunder. They'll put both cars back to their own sides, which is maybe where they want Hornet to be. And that now is that if Hornet loses his wheels off of this, he'll get DQ'd. They don't exactly want to put more tape on him, slow him down. Trying to add the grease on him and move him up here. Especially now that they would have done it pre-game. Okay. Keep going at it here. Both cars are going to keep their own sides. Hornet and Power Pistons putting on a show right now. Sophomore and the rookie. And this time Power Pistons is down, so the Rookie of the Year getting the job done there. They score 15-10, Nevada in the lead. And it brings out 686 for New Jersey, and he will not be able to do a darn thing against Hornet there. So the final in this one, Nevada 15, New Jersey 10. So the Thunder coming out big here, getting the win, and they go 2-0 on the season. And for the Bandits, you know, they had that #1 overall pick, fall to 0-2. And next game for both these teams, for the New Jersey Bandits on the February 26th game day, they'll have their home opener against the Houston Oilers. The Nevada Thunder, they'll be on the road heading off to play Green Bay. So Thunder at Dragons on that February 26th game day. More action to come here on this February 24th edition of CDL Live. Our next live game, if you will, is going to be Tampa Bay at San Antonio. So get ready for Gators and Kings. But first,
let's take a look around the league and get some highlights for you. Only on CDL.
Well, the Nevada Thunder get the 15-10 win over the New Jersey Bandits, but plenty of other games that were taking place here on this February 24th game day. Let's get a look at the highlights of how it all went down, at least the first half of them. And then on to our mid-feature event, if you will, and that's going to be the Tampa Bay Gators and the San Antonio Kings.
Green Bay Dragons, Idaho Cowboys. First highlight to go through, and pay attention to this car right here. That is MX Dragster, who we just saw a picture of. Goes up against Inquisitor, and he's having a hard time rolling on the field. A lot of cars been coming across this, but MX Dragster's wheels so far bent, but still managing to get a flip. Off screen went Inquisitor, and it was 5-0 Idaho. Enter Rocket Oil, and just like that, 10-0. The score. So 2-0. So who could stop them? Maybe Toy Soldier from the Green Bay side, and certainly maybe it looks like Green Bay's defense could get back in the game. But Sally sent me a smash mouth car, and that's exactly what Idaho had coming out next. 42nd getting the job done. 15-5 the final. Idaho getting the win over Green Bay. And we had the Miami Mafia looking for the upset on the road against the Aliens and starting things off. They had Buzzsaw out there and fighting the good fight against F1 Racer, and they both went down. So, tied at 5. Enter Monkey for the Mafia. And off-screen, Dragonfly went down. That brought out Spectite. So, more defense in the way of Miami possibly getting the win. And just defense coming up big. Spectite getting a good flip there. Tied the game at 10. So that brought out Aqua Chevelle, the rookie of the Miami Mafia, their first overall pick that they took in the draft. And hey, got Roswell to take a timeout. And worked like a charm right there. Spectite getting the flip. 15-10 the score. That brought out Neon for Miami from the 5-point gainer position, trying to force overtime. And just like that, Miami calls a timeout. So both teams using their one and only timeout. Neon trying to force overtime, and both cars were down. Game can't end on a tie between 5-point gainer and captain, and didn't take long after that for Spectite to finally get the game-winning flip. So 15-10, Spectite going 3-0, getting the Aliens the win. Alright, Dayton Rebels at the Indianapolis Reapers, and check out this guy, Zapper. This is how offense is done, folks. Gets this flip in the first matchup. Off screen, Dark Knight goes down, and then bring out the next one. Blue Indy, trying to get the first points of the season for the Indianapolis Reapers, but it wasn't meant to be right there. 10-0 Rebels in the lead, just like that. So now, Gold Z28. Can he get the first points of the season? Trying to make a comeback happen? Yes. Zapper going down. It's a 10-5 game. The Reapers showing some signs of life. Enter El Rey for the Dayton Rebels, and he gets taken down right away. So, with the game tied at 10, led to this matchup. Gold Z28 against Toe. Two very good defensive cars going head-to-head. Both of them looking for that huge 15-10 advantage. Of course, you know, only one flip away from a win once you get to that point. And both these teams trying to get to that point from the captain spot, but Toe finally did it. So a 2-in-1 day. A 2-in-1 day for Gold Z28, but Toe could top that. Toe could top that against the rookie Phoenix and give him time here. He had a good fight, but eventually Toe would indeed get the game-winning flip. Toe goes 2-0, and as a matter of fact, I believe Dayton goes 2-0 as well. 15-10 the final score. Buffalo Warriors, Seattle Lumberjacks, and in this game you will see an offensive specialist. That car right there, Tyrell from the Buffalo Warriors, leads off the game from the front runner spot against Mantis, and now you're going to see Mantis. Wow, he had an impressive game, even though he would end up going 0-1, but you see all these interference where he's saving himself, and that time he even saves Tyrell there, along with himself, of course, but nonetheless, the offensive pressure being put on by Tyrell, and that time gets the clean flip, 5-0 Warriors in the lead. Darkwing coming out. He saves himself on the first try against Tyrell. Matchup continuing, and Darkwing would be down. 10-0. Tyrell gets Buffalo the lead. Looking for the blank, and he's got it. Mother Goose was in Tyrell's luggage. Goose eggs served with donuts. 15-0 final. Buffalo wins. Alex Johnson's Puerto Rico players, Matt Geiser's Phoenix Firebirds going head-to-head here, and good show in this game. A lot of cars performing well. You see Mika getting his first flip, and then he'd be forced to take on Black Lena. And this matchup was epic. Look at that. Stuck in the front end. Got wedged in the grill. That blunt, kind of sharp front end of Mika there, and going to work here. Mika's definitely got Black Lena outweighed, but Black Lena hanging on for dear life here as he continued to battle. Such a great defensive card. Hard to believe both these teams were 0-1 coming into this game day. Both of them looking for their first win. Black Lena would tie the game up, and now you see the matchup between him and Green Arrow. Green Arrow, legendary status in CDL for all the stuff that he's accomplished in the past. Interference right there. He could have had a possible flip on Black Lena there. But the two continue to fight it out with the game tied at 5 apiece. And both were still up there. Great defensive moves by both sides. And Black Lena came through to get the lead. 10-5. Enter stock 34 for the Firebirds. Another good defensive car coming out in this game. And he would end up getting the flip to tie things up at 10. So that would bring out Green Blaze Jr. from the Puerto Rico side. Him and Stock 34 going at it. Two good, should say great defensive cars, but Stock 34 winning the battle. He was a little bit better today. And the defense doesn't end for Puerto Rico. Enter Solar Reflex. They got him from the Portland Panthers last year. Been playing him at the 5-point gainer, and they expect more out of him than that. But Puerto Rico not able to get the job done here on this game day. Phoenix 15-10. They have their first win of the season. Puerto Rico falls to 0-2. And we had another good one here. Denver and Cleveland. Teardrop was first car out there, and he makes defense look pretty. Might have been taken down, and that's how it came to be a 5-0 lead. But you look at the defensive ability Teardrop has to stay up somehow, some way. But he does, like I said, he goes down. Blue 5-12 trying to even things up, but it was quickly 10-0. Cleveland the lead thanks to that car. Bully Goat now goes head-to-head with Red Detta, the rookie from the Denver side. He was actually Denver's first overall pick in the draft. So here we go. Red Detta, Bully Goat, first collision, Red Detta. Let my name be written in stone, he says. And he gets the flip right there. Keeps the Mustangs in the game, and now took on Aqua Ferrari, and both cars would be down there. Aqua Ferrari does outweigh him, so that led to this matchup. Purple Custo against Octanium. Purple Custo trying to force overtime, and does so. It was offense versus defense, and offense won. That can kind of be rare. Jumped into trunk, though. Comes out in OT to face off with Purple Custo, and bam, baby, get your money. 20-15 the final score in overtime. The Cleveland Wolves get the win over the Denver Mustangs. Carolina Wildcats, New Orleans Gladiators, and what is it? This isn't Demolition Derby. What is this? Well, folks, give a round of applause for our mascot, Miku the Crash Cat, but maybe an even bigger round of applause for the actual game. This player, Golden Rat, coming out there first for the Gladiators, getting the 5-0 flip right there, and send out Mellow 51 for the Carolina side and send him right back down. 10-0 just like that, a 2-0 day to start things off, but then comes the number 2 overall pick of the draft. When, from the Carolina captain spot, banging it up with Golden Rat. Good little fight there, but Golden Rat does go down when keeping the Wildcats alive. Now goes head-to-head with Menace. Good defensive maneuver right there, but at the end of that, a tie collision, and it's a 15-10 game. New Orleans in the lead. When doing his part, giving two-timer the chance to force overtime against Tigre. Tigre trying to put it away here. Score at 15-10, and two lightweight defensive cars, both talented, and you see them collide here. And in the end, two-timer makes wins, efforts counts, forces OT, but then has to face Elite, another good defensive lightweight just like he is. And they put on one heck of a show, but in the end, Elite getting the job done, smack him up 20-15 in OT. New Orleans gets the win in overtime. Gowanda and San Jose, this game would end in controversy. 48 hours though, came out with a good start for the San Jose Storm. Takes down Cockroach, who was the leadoff runner for the Gowanda Outlaws. Then takes on Lamborghini, definitely Hall of Fame material right there in him. Played with Gowanda for a long time, and you see the battle that ensued between 48 Hours and Lamborghini. But in the end, 48 Hours goes 2-0 by getting the flip on him. It's 10-0 San Jose. That brings out Hammer, and the problems really don't start here. Start later. As you can see right now, both cars, I'm able to get a pretty solid roll on them. 48 Hours, putting up a good fight against Hammer here. Both cars staying up, staying in the battle, but until that point. 48 Hours goes down, all of a sudden 10-5 game, and now Hammer versus Charizard. Smash mouth offense from Hammer, and of course, defense from Charizard. They go at it here. They put up a good fight against each other. Hard fought battle. Both cars good at staying up. As you see there, almost an interference that happened on that one collision, and almost an interference on the flip there, but just mere inches away. So tied at 10 now. And that now brings out Wasp for San Jose. And Wasp, pretty good defensively, but it's not going to be good enough. So now the problems start. Solid Snake coming in the field. Probably going to leave some of the video audio on here for sure. As you can see my hand struggling to really get a grip on Solid Snake and Hammer for that matter. Not really able to get a good roll, and was really, I guess, really based on Solid Snake and trying to get the good roll, because he ended up on the left side of the field there. Well, my left side, your right side. And you can just see the difficulty that was had. Interference was on that one. And here you see again, I'm backing my hands away, trying to get the good grip. Can't seem to get the good grip. I'm calling timeouts, and of course they're being called by the teams. They're one and only timeouts. So that is a rule that is going to be changed really in a huge part because of this game, is that whenever a team has cars that have a hard time rolling on the field now, we are actually going to call an official timeout instead of a team timeout. Both these teams would end up using a timeout in this game, and I think I even took a couple of official timeouts. You see a bad roll right there, so not a clean flip, and another one. So no clean grip at all. You see me trying to wipe old grease off the cars that are coming up onto the sides of the vehicles. Very difficult situation at this point, and that time Hammer was off screen. So that would be the final score. 15-10 final score. Hammer going 4-0 to get Gowanda the win. Controversially, let's just put it that way. Because how good of a roll was it? That is the big question. Maybe not the best way Gowanda won. We're going to get a look at this highlight very momentarily. Slow motion, the game-winning flip, because we did review it, folks. I actually put it under review here. And looks like I got a release before the cars met up. And I saw nothing that I could overturn that with. So it stands as a good flip in the end. San Jose had the 10-0 lead, but Hammer coming out going 4-0. Controversially, yes, but still going 4-0. Gowanda Outlaws getting the win over the San Jose Storm. 15-10.
Circumstances, I should say.
Well, folks, the time has come to get on ahead to that mid-feature event. The 1-0 Tampa Bay Gators defending Eastern Conference champions on the road against the 0-1 San Antonio Kings. Say it 5 times fast, that record anyways. But yes, just the one overtime loss. So it does count as a point in the standings. But they're looking for more here. Let's get down the field.
This is game time, and it's game time, and the madness fly. Show a strength that just can't be defined.
And we're back from those highlights, folks, and ready for another actual game to take place here. The Tampa Bay Gators on the road to take on
the San Antonio Kings. Tampa Bay comes into this game with a 1-0 record, defending Eastern Conference champions. Beat Jacksonville 15-10 on that first game day. San Antonio suffered a heartbreaking loss, 20-15 in overtime against division rivals, the Dallas Lone Stars. Both teams looking for a win today, though, and Brandon definitely looking for a win today. Both his Mexico City Jaguars losing, and then, like we just saw in the highlight reel, the way that Gawanda was able to beat San Jose. Maybe not even the way Gawanda really wanted to win, with the poor conditions of how the grease was, the grip. One way that we can improve it, rubber gloves. Never done rubber gloves before because you like to have that feel of the car in your hand, but nonetheless, steps that we must take in the future, perhaps. But hopefully, we won't see that for the rest of the game day. Just an unfortunate set of circumstances of the way things were. Did a review on that last collision, but could have done a review on every collision in there as clean as could be done. Made contact made between the cars, so thus play stood. But nonetheless, Tampa Bay Gators out for Brandon's redemption here on the road against the San Antonio Kings. Should be a fun game to watch. Let's get a look at the lineups. So here we go. Phantom will lead the way for the Tampa Bay Gators, and Sweet 16 will be out there to meet up with them. And Sweet 16 taken down right away. So one collision, one flip, 5-0 Tampa Bay. So the Eastern Conference champs ahead early, and that brings out RPG for the San Antonio Kings. And hey, well, you know, Phantom doing his part. Gets a tie collision there against a car that might be a little bit better offensively than him. But ends up getting the flip on him. It's a 10-5 game, and now ratified out there for the Gators, looking to put it away against Motoblade Jr. Motoblade Jr. pretty decent defensive car and pretty good offense, it would appear. Gets the flip quickly on ratified. Game tied at 10. So now Forty-Sevin Ronin forced to come out. Good defensive move to stay up. These two go at it. Forty-Sevin Ronin battling it out with Motoblade Jr. Both cars remaining up. Good defense on both sides. Motoblade Jr. has a little offensive edge at the moment. Game tied at 10. So these two cars continue to go at it. And 47 Ronin definitely having to put in some work here. And ooh, almost flipped there. Both cars staying up. And this time they are both going to be down. And folks, we are going into overtime. So 47 Ronin and Motoblade Jr., neither of them could get the flip. Well, they do get the flip on each other. So game tied at 15. We head into OT. Battle out there for the Gators. Black Testarossa 2 out there for the Kings. And that time, bad flip came off my finger. Now as battle was flying up, hit my finger, so that's interference in effect. So go at it again. And this time, battle staying up. No interference there. Switching side of that roll there. That's going to save Black Testarossa. And timeout called by San Antonio. We'll put them back on their own sides of the field. Wow, a little grease on his bottom here. See, he's being difficult to roll. That's where rubber gloves would be useful. I just don't have any. Plus, you don't want a car getting caught up on the rubber of the glove either. It's kind of a tricky scenario. These are part of my clothes that I haven't wiped grease on. Good luck anyway. So let's go back at it again. Battle. And both cars are going to be in. Both cars are going to end up being down there. And this one, no interference on there, by the way. So this one ends in a tie. 15-15, the final score between the Gators and the Kings. Good game played right up until the end there. And Brandon's team's, well, for Tampa Bay right there, just a little trouble on the finish. But that being said, 2 points going to both sides here. Tampa Bay's next game, they will be home against the Minnesota Maniacs, the San Antonio Kings. They'll be on the road to take on the Philadelphia Demons in their next game. So that being said, more highlights coming up, and we'll get to our main event of the night: the New York Empire on the road take on the New York Empire on the road take on the Los Angeles Blades. That our main event of the night, but more highlights coming up on CDL Live. So stay tuned, folks.
Well, that one, folks, about as close as you can get. A 15-15 tie between the Gators and the Kings. And only match left, our main event. But a lot of highlights coming your way, so let's get right down to it.
Hartford homies, Portland Panthers, and on the very first collision, Silver and Black Tech 2 and 1975 down. Or it's just Silver and Black Tech Jr. led that matchup right here. That's Pink Indy up against who? Two very good cars going head to head. You see them battling it out here. Defense from both sides in abundance. And both of them taking each other down. So, 10-10 game. Neither team has had the lead, and enter Monty. Tim was in the house, owner of the homies.
This time, who's going to have the home advantage here?
That's pretty damn close.
The front end of the car. Gonna give it the 46 here to switch sides.
Gosh.
And it doesn't work.
And Timmy wasn't exactly thrilled about taking the home side of the field for 46 Jr. right there, but Redemption had the chance to redeem that. Going out there, trying to force overtime. It's 15-10 Portland. Redemption taking on Monty and trying to get the job done. Of course, Monty for the win gets it done. 15-10 would be the final of this one. Portland Panthers getting the win over the Hartford homies. Bangums and Lone Stars, two cars really stood out, including this guy, Watts up. Let's see how quickly he does this. Up against RDO6. Takes him down. Okay, so it's 5-0. Lone Stars in the lead. Brain out zap for Jacksonville. What? Goes right down. That quick, folks. 10-0. So Brain and Black Spectite, who has a little bit of a weight advantage. Both of them defensive cars, even though Watsup looked more offensive there, but nonetheless, he does get taken down by Black Spectite. So carry on the match. It's now a 10-5 game. Dallas in the lead. Gray Indy out there for the Lone Stars, looking to get the win here. And a good battle ensuing between these two, and it's an offensive car playing better defense than the defensive car was, but in the end, Black Spectite too much for him to handle. So that brings out Dallas's rookie Reptile, their first pick that they took in the draft. I believe it was 9th overall. And Reptile definitely outweighed by Black Spectite, but able to get the flip on him. So 15-10, and how can Reptile end the day? Up there against Purple 300ZX, takes him down, and hey, 2-0. The Dallas Lone Stars are 2-0. 15-10, they beat the Jacksonville Bangums. Bradford Brawlers, Minnesota Maniacs. And the game gets started. Uncle Sam going for his 4th straight flip of the season, and look at that move. Stand up, hook up, shuffle to the door. Red Racer in slow-mo, airborne. And somehow manages to come back up. And then goes back out there against Uncle Sam. And Flip Street comes to an end. Uncle Sam down 5-0 Minnesota. But enter Escalade, the Beast. Talk about Brock Lesnar being a beast. Well, for toy cars, Escalade is a beast. He's about a pound heavier than everyone else is. Taking Red Racer, who put up a valiant fight, but in the end gets taken down. That brings out Diablo 2. And you see the slow motion there. How does Escalade stay up? How does he roll back up? Finds his center of gravity, and then you see him right there taking down Black Spine Buster. All out amazing performance. I mean, he did it so quick. He did it so quick, I couldn't even keep up with him. I couldn't even keep up with the flips. 15-5, Brawlers get the win. So we go from Escalade, the heavy guy, to the Atlanta Avengers, who are maybe the heaviest team in the league, up against the Houston Oilers. You saw Nickel and Dime and Clown starting it off for both sides, and just like that, 5-0 the score. Clown gives Atlanta the lead. And even though Atlanta's a heavy team, it was the heavyweight on the Houston side, though, making the impact. As we see, he takes down Clown right here. Bring in the rookie, them pizza rolls. Custom-built vehicle here in the CDL, and we got a few of them in the league, and he gets taken down. So now, Red Ferrari out there, and he's one of the heavier cars on the Atlanta side, and he's able to get a tie. Gives Supra a chance to force overtime, but he takes on the defensive Racer X. The heavyweight against defense, advantage goes to heavyweight usually. Both cars were down there. They got up and went at it again, and Supra's weight pulled through, and now he took on a car kind of built like he was, similar in weight. Hot Wheel bet out there against Supra, and they both go down. 15-15 the final of this one. Atlanta and Houston end their game in a tie. The 1-0 Destroyers against the 0-1 Twisters, and the first two cars that come out, it's Silver Indy and Yellow Custom, and Yellow Custom got the flip on them. So that would bring out Rowdy from the St. Louis side. Heavyweight car bulldozes over Yellow Custom, but now What Jr. comes out. Gets the lead for Pittsburgh. 10-5 the score there. And now bring out Mr. Freeze. And what you are about to see is a great defensive maneuver. Mama, put me in a K-pop video. That is how well What Jr. danced around that one. Still battles it out with Mr. Freeze and gets the flip. 15-5 will be the final of this one. Pittsburgh gets the win over St. Louis. So Tim Geyser still in the house to watch his Demons play, and Silver Molina, the car to look at in this match. He comes out and right off the bat takes down the rookie Hotco. That brings out 7 Series. Now 7 Series does inflict some heavy damage, and you are going to be seeing it just momentarily. Silver Molina surviving right there, getting through things, and right there. Did you catch it? Here it comes in slow-mo, as slow as I could get it. That is Silver Molina's top flying off. And will Tim call a timeout? Obvious timeout, right?
Back on. Leave it off. Leave it off? So Tim saving the timeout.
Tim saving the timeout. Specific instructions to me. He was in the house. He says, leave the top off. So Silver Molina rocking it out like a convertible and still competing, still staying up against a heavyweight like 7 Series. And not only that, he manages to get a flip out of it. So 10-0 Demons in the lead. Silver Molina put him in the Hall of Fame. Now takes on 24 Hours. I flashed his picture. And Tim still hasn't taken this time out yet. Competing without his top. Silver Molina is still going at it, but he does get taken down in the end there. So that sets up this matchup. 24 Hours against the rookie Green Demon. Tim traded to get Green Demon, and look at that. Why would you not trade for a guy that poses after he gets a flip? It's like Johnny Bravo behind the wheel. Okay, I can't do the impressions, folks, but 15-5 win for Tim and his Philadelphia Demons against the Lightning. So here we go. Boston Vandals, San Francisco Shinobis. Car to look at in this match. One of them, definitely F3. He was definitely a looker here. As you see him competing, 0-0 score, but it would not remain that way very long. F3 took Nitro down, and out comes Blue Dragon 2. And Blue Dragon 2 taken down on a chip shot there, so to speak. Kind of like a grazing blow. But 10-0 the score, and the Vandals have Vendetta coming out. And Vendetta, a card definitely capable of playing good defense, and every once in a while getting a flip like he did there, but now takes on the defense that the Shinobis offer, and that would be Black Bullet 1 out there. If you're a CDL fan, you love this type of matchup. Two great defensive cars going at it. It's always like a dance between these two when they play against each other, and yet again putting on another show, but in the end, Black Bullet 1 able to get the flip. Great teamwork. F3 going 2-1 sets up Black Bullet 1 perfectly. 15-5 final. Shinobis get the win over the Vandals. Okay, the game that turned to an acrobatic show. Washington Patriots, New Mexico Monsters, and you see one of these early collisions, and Just take like an X-Wing. He is an offensive car playing defense there. Look at that little dance. But unfortunately for him, not too many collisions after, off screen, X-Wing goes down. So Red Ferrari Jr. getting that flip. So that guy right there. Now he takes on Synchro. This is where the defense comes in for the Patriots. And you're about to see a little bit of offense and defense at the same time. Look at this flip, and somehow Synchro, in the slow motion here, able to stay up. Unbelievable. Ties the game at 5. Enter Landlord from the middleman spot of the Patriots, and he ties with Synchro, tying things up at 10. So enter Ratitude and Futurama. Both cars coming out from their respective captain spots, and a good defensive battle between the two. You see them both surviving. It's a dance of survival, and right there, let's get a look at that in slow motion. Futurama growing a set of wings right there. Somehow able to land and stay upright. But unfortunately for him, to little avail. Not long after that, Ratitude getting the flip that gives the Patriots the 15-10 lead. And not long after that, Governor 2 trying to force overtime, but not going to happen. I tell you, New Mexico looked pretty today. Just couldn't get the win. 15-10 Patriots. And the last highlight to go through, Detroit Devils Chicago wind attacked. Not in the same division, actually cross conference. You saw Black Dragons pitcher there. Look how quickly he got Detroit a 5-0 lead. But fear not, wind attack. You have a one-letter man, R, getting the job done there, quickly tying things up at 5, and now takes on the car that was impressive in his debut, the rookie Cloud Cutter. See how he does against R? Not too good. So 10-5 just like that. R turning the game around, now taking on Padawan. Two good defensive cars going at it. And I believe it's the third collision. Yes, third collision in Padawan, tying things back up at 10. Enter Highlight. Great defensive car from the Chicago side. Same model as our current MVP from the Gators, Forty-Sevin Ronin. So he battles it out with Padawan here. Good defensive struggle between these two with the game tied at 10. Both looking for that critical 15-10 lead, and that prize awarded to Highlight right there. So bring out Black 3. Black 3 trying to force overtime here. Highlight getting the job done, goes 2-0 today, and what you know, Chicago wind attack getting the win over the Detroit Devils, 15-10 final score.
Well, folks, that does it for the highlights there. Time for our main event to take place. The 1-0 New York Empire coming off their best season ever. They got off on the right foot during the last game day, on the road to take on the 1-0 Los Angeles Blades, defending world champions, back-to-back years now, trying to three-peat. Off to a good start themselves. So both these teams looking for that 2-0 mark. Let's get down to the field and see which one of them is going to get it.
This is game time, and it's game time, and the madness fly. Show the strength that just can't be defined.
And folks, the time has come for our main event of this February 24th edition of CDL Live, our 20th anniversary season. Here in its second game day, and quite the main event here, the New York Empire. Made it to the playoffs last year, as a matter of fact. Beat Pittsburgh in the first round, only to run into Tampa Bay in the second round. But needless to say, very good team all the way on the West Coast, figuratively speaking today. Take on the defending world champions, Alex Johnson's Los Angeles Blades. So, New York Empire, Los Angeles Blades, set to go head-to-head, folks. Both these teams are 1-0. And today, looking to hit that 2-0 mark. New York got the 15-10 win home against Gowanda on the first game day, and the Blades squeaked out a close one in the 2016 season opener, beating the Shinobis in overtime. That being said, let's get a look at the lines now. LA kind of in a tough spot, having to take on both Black Bullet brothers right back to back. Black Bullet won in the first game day, now Black Bullet 2, but nonetheless, yeah, full lineup. Empire, Blades.
Empty and made, got you feeling like a champion. The city never sleeps, better slip you an ambient. I love LA.
Big Dad, California, yes. Still applies to me. Everybody got something to say.
And here we go. Enzo 1 leads the way for the New York Empire and Far Future. Out there first for the Blades and Far Future down right away. Enzo 2 getting the flip, 5-0 New York. And that will bring out Grelina now for LA. And Grelina immediately tying the game at 5. So now Challenge out there for the Empire. And Challenge taken down right away. 2 collisions, 2 flips for Grelina. And that will now bring out Black Bullet 2. And this is where defense comes into effect for both teams. But definitely in the Empire's lineup. Seems to go head to head here. And almost a flip there. Black Bullet 2 though takes the home side of the field now. And Black Bullet 2 has a flip. I think Grelina might have hit that bump that's kind of there on that roadside. But nonetheless, it's a tie game. 10-10 the score. Pink Indy Jr. now out there. Taking on Black Bullet 2. And they go head to head here. Quite the main event. And that's going to be a right of way. Yep, that's a right of way here. Doesn't have a good grip underneath them. And wait, you could be getting one. Pink Indy Jr. almost there on this right of way. Looking to score the flip. And this could be a long one here. So he looks to push him over. And all he can really do right now is seem to drag him. It's like he's kind of somewhat stuck. And now working his way underneath. And this is where it gets dangerous for Black Bullet 2. And he's still dragging him. Unbelievable, but he's still dragging him. It's like Black Bullet 2 won't let go of him. Understandably why he doesn't want to get flipped. But my goodness, I've never seen anything quite like this. I think he's just stuck on the tape. And that being said, the Empire are going to call a timeout. In danger of getting flipped here, and yeah, the tape was actually stuck. So the Empire called their one timeout. And enough said about that one. So, back to their own sides they go. And look at this, Black Bullet 2 with the flip, and the Empire have taken a 15-10 lead. So, now with the 15-10 lead, New York looking to put this thing away. Cove Light trying to force overtime. They go at it here. Cove Light and Black Bullet 2. And Black Bullet 2 has a flip in the Empire. Pull off the upset. They beat the Blades. 15-10. The final score. And Alex Johnson, the only win he got today was in the Development League. Both the Blades and the Players taking a loss here today. 15-10 the final in this one, the New York Empire. Hey, if you want to ever promote yourself as a team to be taken seriously, beating LA is definitely a way to do it. 15-10, they score the win here. Next game coming up for both of these teams. The Blades will be on the road for the first time this season on the February 26th game day. They'll be taking on the Bradford Brawlers. As for the New York Empire, they will be home on the next game day, taking on the Roswell Aliens. Should be an interesting one, folks. That being said, though, thank you for watching this February 24th edition of CDL Live. Till next time, James Hulse here, owner and creator of the league. Thanking you for joining us, and hoping that we can always have another 20 great years. And, well, of course, I haven't been online for 20 years doing it, but nonetheless, thanks for watching, folks. Till next time, take care of yourselves, be yourselves, and peace.
not break, you know it's only the beginning. Slap up, let's go the next one, then I'm about to kill. You don't believe it, but I'm